No, you have to laugh. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Girl, do we have a doozy for you today. Eric Trump hurls blistering insult at Meghan and Harry and hints the British prince could be deported if his father wins presidential election. I mean, Jesus Lord, take the case. Leave me the pillow, but take the case. Listen, what could Harry and Meghan be thinking at this point? I mean, it's giving dissociative personality disorder. It's giving unawareness of self. I mean, what are they thinking when even the past president, possibly future president of the United States, comes out?
If he's lied on his visa form, doesn't the truth need to come out?
We'll have to.
Should he get special privileges that nobody else does?
No, and we'll have to see if they know something about the drugs, and if he lied, they'll have to take appropriate action.
Appropriate action.
Yeah.
But then to add insult to injury, the son of Donald Trump comes out here and reiterates his father's sentiments and plans for the Markles. They are to be deported. Eric Trump branded Prince Harry and Meghan Markle spoiled apples and echoed his father's claims the Duke of Sussex could be deported if he wins the presidential election. As Donald Trump continues to vie for the presidency, he has suggested that Prince Harry may be deported if the prince is found to have falsified information on his visa form, and that is about the substance use and abuse.
Sacred kind of institution, and you can happily have those two back. We'll happily send them back from America. You can have them back over here, but I'm not sure if you guys want them any more than we might not want them anymore. They feel like they're on a little bit of an island of their own. But listen, you can always have bad actors in anything. You can always have spoiled apples and in every orchard. But the institution of the royal family is beautiful, and it's something that's really actually admired by a lot of Americans, and I think that should be protected. And
very true.
What I can tell you is my father had so much respect for the Queen, as did I. My mom knew so many of them for years. I think you probably know that. Had a great relationship with Diana and everyone else, and that's a very sacred kind of institution. And
Trump has been a heavy critic of Harry and Meghan and believed they betrayed the Queen with their public scrutiny. One thing about Donald Trump is he loved the Queen and admires the dynamic of the royal family as a hard-working, public-facing family. I want to ask you all, what do you think Meghan and Harry should be thinking about themselves at this time? You have even Eric Trump out here disavowing them in the middle of election season in America. Everyone wants their titles taken and or get deported. Nobody wants them around. Yet they're trying to do this campaign about bullying and whatever because they feel that they should be the only ones to bully anybody. Them and their Sussex squad, sugars, whatever, must be the only people to bully, and then anything that has Meghan on it must not be spoken about. In this sensitive political time in America, she is divisive. Why is that? What is she about? What has she really done? She's done nothing but be a Jezebel and be a racial heritage denier and then go back and say that she is race baiting everybody. She's a fraud. And then for her to come out here and get talked about by the son of Donald Trump is extremely telling. I think she should take this hint. Why won't they sit down in their house? And by the way, after that interview with CBS, I think everyone is of the opinion that they do not live together, and they are definitely not happy together, because that was crazy what we saw there with Harry completely disavowing her, leaning away from her, just not connecting at all with her. He's not somebody who can act very well, apparently. No, you have to laugh. Because this girl thinks she's there just acting and just rubbing people's knees, and he's like, I don't know how to do that. Sorry. So it doesn't seem like they have a connection anymore, which, I mean, I'm laughing about it, but it is quite sad because they were the two lone rangers in this world. Nobody believed them. Nobody believed in them. Nobody cared about anything they had to say. And if at least they had each other, that would be one thing. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So I just wanted to jump on here really quickly. This is not a long video. I just wanted to jump on here and discuss that. What I'm really looking at as well is Samantha Markle has reopened her case against Meghan Markle, the defamation case. She feels that the judge did not look properly at everything she said in terms of what Meghan Markle said was not just her opinion, that she doesn't know her sister, she doesn't have any sisters, she has no siblings. I think Samantha Markle wants to speak more about that, and she wants the judge to look at that more carefully. But I'm going to do that on my members only channel, because girl, you know that whenever you talk about Samantha Markle, it causes a big upsturance in the community here. So I do that on my members only for a reason. I'll go over there and do that video now. But before I go, please let me know, what do you really think is going on? What do you think Meghan and Harry are really feeling at this time? I know people are trying to draw for Kamala Harris, talking about when Meghan said, "Thank you for asking me how I feel."
I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
And the answer is, would it be fair to say not really okay, as in it's really been a struggle?
Yes.
Who actually allowed her to take this interview? The fact that she was allowed to take this interview shows the lack of control that the royal family had over her. They thought, oh, poor girl, nobody's asked her anything, not knowing that she was going to be such a fraud in the end. So at that time, Kamala Harris did say something about Meghan. After Omid Scobie tweeted out, Duchess Meghan also opens up in the documentary about dealing with negative press during her pregnancy. Then Kamala Harris says, this is incredibly important. We must remember that it's a sign of strength to show emotion. But that's so long ago, that's so old, and that's so tired, and that's so through. And I think that Kamala Harris or anybody who's running for any position in politics would not align themselves with such a toxic person as Meghan Markle today. But this is what I'm trying to say. Everything is so divisive when it comes to Meghan Markle. She has to be trying to go on one side or another, or I'm very concerned, speaking of divisiveness, about what is going on right now in the UK, which I'm not going to really talk about because it's not my, it's not my thing, politics. But the fact that Meghan Markle is going to try to say that UK is so dangerous, this has nothing to do with his wife. Listen, can we just talk about the fact that, and I'm going to ask you this question, please put down all these questions I'm asking, please put down the comment, by the way, because I can't do this on my own, please. Meghan Markle is now going to come out here and talk about how dangerous the UK is. It is bad timing, the wrong time and the wrong place for everything. But we have to keep our head above water and say, this Meghan Markle has nothing to do with any world events whatsoever. She's only about herself. She's only about slandering the royal family. And don't be surprised if she comes out and completely ruins the royal family because they need money. I said this from the very beginning. I said that is their only ticket to fame, is to talk about the royal family, because it is a very private family, and of course nobody knows what are the goings on inside the palace and all that. And she could have come out and done something more constructive with it, but instead she decided to be salacious. So the next thing that she's going to do, which she hints at in this interview with CBS, is that I've only just scraped the surface, which sounds so insane. But after what she said and after all the books, but anyway, she's only scraped the surface. So this is her meal ticket to get into more books and more revelations and more money. And it's disgusting. Like, she should really be ashamed of herself. She should. But I think she is I think she has mental difficulties looking at herself. And then on top of that, she never identified as a black woman or a woman of color. Please let me say it for you who do not want to say it. Meghan Markle, looking the way she has looked, has always passed, and she's not about to come out here and be like, somebody did something to me. So this is the thing about people of color. We always know when people have done something to us because of our color. We can tell you the time, the date, the minute, what they said, how they said it, what made it racist, or what made it maybe not sure what they were thinking, what changed their mind. What we did as people of color to maybe change their mind and maybe let them see a different side of things. The fact that this woman has taken all these three or 4 years to not tell us what has happened is very disingenuous. It makes me feel like she's lying. I've said that before, and I'm going to keep saying it because I want you all to understand, when you have been through this kind of trauma as racism, you definitely know exactly how to talk about it. So let us not take this fraud, this Jezebel, this infidel, and even pay any kind of attention to what she's saying in terms of any kind of bullying or racism or anything like that. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Okay, sorry. I'm just I'm very heated. But yeah, I'm going to go over and talk about Samantha Markle's trial and my opinion on that. But for now, wish everybody the best in all they do. And please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell notification. and like this video because you know how it does. It helps my algorithm. Love you all so much. Okay, bye.